Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot cover call video. Well, hey, look, today we're going to talk about my cover call writing and my monthly dividend collection. We're going to talk about how I use a covered call to then buy a dividend paying stock. This is the perfect formula for anyone out there that has a portfolio of stocks, but they don't have fresh cash to buy dividend paying stocks. See, I'm going to show you how I do it. I literally take my stocks, I write covered calls, and then I print money. I literally print money where I didn't have it before, and we then buy a dividend paying stock. This is funneling cash flow into passive investments for which they are paying me every single month without me doing anything. We do the semi-passive investment strategy of writing a covered call. We take those premium profits, we buy a dividend paying stock for a passive investment strategy. This is the way to get rich right. See, as I write these covered calls and I use my premiums, my covered call profit premiums, I'm literally buying dividend paying stocks that are actually paying me monthly. Then I take that cash flow and buy more dividend paying stocks. I call it my dividend tree, and I have a dividend grove. Hey, look, if you like anything you hear today, I want you to subscribe to the channel. I come back here and talk about how I'm retired. I retired at 55 from the 9 to 5. And I tell you what, we started trading, and I used the selling premium strategy with the passive investment strategy of collecting monthly dividends, and that's how we live in retirement. We pay the bills, live the good life. I've been here on YouTube for 8 years showing you my trades, talking about them, so maybe you learn something. And now with these high yielding dividend stocks, there's so many people out there doing videos. And that's great because you can get a ton of information out there rather quickly. But what I'm here to tell you is this. I show you my trades. We talk about them, so maybe you learn something. I'm an active, successful trader. That's what I hope for you. You learn something from this video so you too can live the good life. So hey, look, if you like anything you hear today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Now what I'm doing is this. I'm going to get to everything rather quickly because we got a lot to talk about. This is my snapshot for the year right now. We are in April. And this is where we're at. With my covered call premiums, we're already knocking down some $158,000. And if you're out there wanting to see my P&L for all this, well, become a member. See, my members see all of this all the time. Got to put some skin in the game, okay? But this is my April. I have literally traded all of these stocks, and we're not done yet because it's April 20th. We still have 10 days left, and I'll tell you what, we got trades on the books. But what I absolutely love is throughout the year, we're getting more and more consistent. If you remember last year, my goal was to make $15,000 a month. Remember, I'm in retirement. I'm using my IRA. That's about $550,000. We're knocking down over 15 grand a month last year. This year, we have been getting better and better and better. And I'll tell you what, you can see outside of that $15,000 hit I did with UPS, that bad boy, January, would have been a $30,000+ month. We then follow that up with a record month, February, $34,000. And I'll tell you what, I can't even explain March. I had 65 trades. We were knocking it down, stacking mad chips. Every single time I had a profit, man, I was taking it off the board, writing new calls. The market was going sideways to higher. We benefited from it. And I had a couple stock sales in there that really boosted the number. I don't know if I'll ever see $73,000 a month again this year, but we're going to be battling, and that's what we do. Right now, April's coming in at 31, and it looks, if I closed out right now, did nothing more, we'd probably come in at about 36,000. That would have been an all-time high had we not absolutely killed it in March, making over $73,000. Now, with that said, that is my covered call writing, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. How I write a covered call, I take those covered call premiums, everything you see right here, and we then buy dividend-paying stocks which produce these dividends. So now let's talk about that. So here's my goal. I like to take covered call profits and buy a dividend-paying stock. Now, the goal is 1,500 shares. I don't know why I picked 1,500. I just like that number. It's like collecting sports cards. You ever collect baseball cards growing up? You'd collect them all, right? Well, for me, I'm going to collect dividend paying stocks, and I'm going to collect 1,500, and that's going to be a dividend tree. That dividend tree is going to pay me every single month. And right now, ULTY, which I talked about that in my last video, I have over 1,200 shares. Forget that bad boy. We have been profiting from this stock market. We take those premium profits. We keep buying regardless of where the market's at. So I got 1,200, and that dividend tree is about to be completely planted. I already got about $1,300 this month in ULTY. They had a fabulous month, knocking it down. I'm going to show you all my dividend stocks here in a moment. But the dividend tree is simple. We take those covered call profits and we buy dividend paying stocks. Those dividend paying stocks are going to bear the fruit of cash. We're going to take that cash and we're probably going to buy more dividend paying stocks. We're trying to collect 1,500 shares of each one. Right now I have 3, PYPY and YMAX. ULTY has about 1,200 shares, and as we finish up April, probably get that completed here shortly. To get 1,200 shares, it's only taken me absolutely 13 days to do this. So I absolutely love the dividend tree idea, and you could see we're looking to make about $10,000 a month. If I can make $10,000 a month passive income off of my dividend paying stocks, for which I used the profits from covered call writing, I'll tell you what, man, this is the perfect formula to do this. You write a covered call on the shares that you own. You literally print money because you didn't have the money. Now you got the money. And now you take that money and you put it into a dividend paying stock that absolutely bears the fruit of cash. And I'll tell you, I want to show you where I'm at. Go ahead and write these down. A lot of people ask me all the time, hey, John, what do you invest in? Now, real quick, while you're writing this down, getting a pen and paper, writing this down, I have a membership. And that membership has a 1 free month offer at cptdashboard.com. I need you to go there, sign up, because my members, first of all, they see every covered call I do, and cash secure put, and poor man's covered call. They get exclusive videos that you don't see here. We talk about trades. I help them manage trades. But here is what I absolutely love. I show them all the dividend paying stocks I'm buying with the profits. Now I'm expanding that side of the membership, and the members are going to see even more of this, because it's not about the trade mindset anymore. It's about the wealth mindset. And what we're going to do is think like the wealthy do. We're going to take our money, make money. That made money is going to make more money, which then makes more money. Hey, look, there's no scam here. This is exactly how I do it, and I show anyone that wants to become a member how I do it. And they see all of my trades in and out, why I do it. I want you to go to cptdashboard.com, get your 1 free month offer. Now, we're looking at all my dividend-paying stocks. You've probably already written them down. As of right now, these are going to pay by the end of the month. So these are estimated. And I'm not buying any more shares, so that's pretty much a payout. But these have, as you can see, I've started to get into these ETFs that use options. They're high yield dividend paying stocks. Now, I know there's a lot of criticism out there, and hey, rightfully so, one way or the other. But here's what I want you to think about. Anyone out there that's writing a covered call or cash secure put, and they are literally using profits to do this. We're not taking money away from the family bankroll. Right? We're not taking away a night out to dinner or a couple days at Starbucks or maybe a vacation to buy the dividend paying stocks. No. We're not doing that. What we're doing is we're taking covered call premium profits and then buying all of these. So here's the deal. They are generating this much cash flow, and they're spinning this off every single month, man, knocking it down, filling up the coffer. This all came from covered call profits. But here's what I like. When we write covered calls, it's as if I'm creating money. I'm really not putting in much work, right? We write a covered call. It might take 5 to 10 minutes. You might have that trade go for 30 days. Done. It's almost like you're getting free money. I mean, you're not, because you're holding the investment. I get it, but it feels like that. But what I love to do is then turn that into real free money. And that's what we do. We buy these dividend paying stocks and we're knocking it down. I'll tell you what, this is what I love. Right here is my IRA. You know that I've been spending this with the big covered call profits. Well, we have to keep that money in there. But this money is generating money now because I'm creating the Dividend Tree Grove. And what I'm doing is buying 1,500 shares and then we move on. And that is the absolute formula I use. PYPY paid me $700. Had to do some editing there. The shares that I have for ULTY paid me $1,300, and YMAX with my 1,500 share strong paid me about $1,000. I'll tell you what, that YMAX trade I love. I actually might do another dividend plan adding to that, and we're going to collect 3,000 shares of YMAX. I absolutely love how YMAX is diversified with the single YMAX stock ETFs, where you have all those high-paying single stock ETFs from YieldMax. If you're interested in YieldMax, go search YieldMax. You'll see it all. You'll see what they're invested in, but understand they're all option-based, and you'll want to do your research. I want you to take a look at the traditional closed-end funds like CHI, CHY. They use bond debt to derive their dividend. And they're pretty good at it, but they only pay like 9 to 10 cents a share. But it's steady Eddie cash flow. Also, ETV and EOS. That's another closed-end fund that I love. They use the buy right covered call. And I'll tell you what, they kick down about 12 cents to 16 cents. I do like that. Then you have the QYLD. They write covered calls against the NASDAQ. A lot of people love that one. And then you have all these option-based, high-yielding dividend stocks like the QQQY, IWMY, you got Tesla, Coney, PYPY, and we got a little ULTY. We also have CLM, and I don't know if you noticed, we got CLIP. CLIP is an ETF that basically uses Chinese internet stocks to write covered calls on. I tell you what, they pay a nice 60-cent dividend every single month. I like CLIP. And CLIP moves with the China stocks. And most China stocks are down. So if you're going to invest in CLIP, do understand what they invest in. And that's my monthly dividend review. What we're going to do is probably pick up YMAG next month. I'm going to go ahead and do that dividend tree plan. And what we're looking to do, again, use covered call profits to then feed my dividend tree grove. Tell you what, my goal is to make $10,000 a month. You can already see that number's getting blown away. But what I want to do is average that over the year. That would be beautiful. That would be $100,000 just in dividend income. And hey, God willing, I can keep the pedal to the metal with my cover call writing. That is absolutely ridiculous what that number is going to average out to be. Pull out your calculators, run the numbers. This is ridiculous. But here is what I'll tell you. Been doing this for 8 years. Have had my membership for years. All of my members see all of my trades. And I trade everything from Apple to 3X leveraged ETFs to Gilead to 3M. We trade them all. And I love making great entries. See, that's the key. I show all my members the great entry points that I will use because I'm not new to this game and buying up here. We want to buy down here. And by the way, I have 3 that I'm going to send to the members this week. So I'm going to do a video, special video for that. Stick with me. I'm going to show you how I do it, talk about it, so maybe you learn something. Now let's talk about that cover call trade that I think you can do just as I did and shared with the members. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the real-time trade blog that all the members get to see. Look at that. I closed that CleanSpark cash secure put. Absolutely destroyed this one. I did this 8 days. This was an 8-day trade. CleanSpark was just finding itself headed towards that 14x number. And with Bitcoin halving, there's no doubt CleanSpark and all the other Bitcoin miners were going to go higher. We ended up doing a very short time frame cash secure put, putting up the money, letting the greater stock market know, I'll buy your shares for 15, but you're going to pay me about 60 cents per share. We're going to put that trade on for what seems to be 8 days. And if the stock finishes below 15, they'll assign me the shares. But if it doesn't and it moves higher like it did, I keep all of that premium. We're never assigned the shares. In this case, I went ahead and bought this option back on the day of expiration. So this was fabulous. We pocketed the $550. We invested about 15,000 or a 3.67% cash on cash gain. And you could see with the profits there, we ended up buying some ULTY, about 33 shares, adding to the dividend tree. Now what I want to show you is one of my favorite trades. It's called the in the money covered call. And what we're doing is this. We're buying shares higher and we're giving them away lower, but the call buyer will pay me that difference. They call that intrinsic value. Plus they'll give me some time value or time value for the time I have to hold the shares. Now that's going to be a little bit of a profit. And in this case, it's $800. 2 days, I make $800. Now the way this works is simple. TNA was trading for $40.20 when I decided to place this trade. I went ahead and bought 2,000 shares, and I'm going to give somebody the right but not the obligation to take them from me at $38.50. I received $2.10 in premium, or $800 in upfront cash. Now I did this on 2,000 shares. So again, let's recap. I bought the shares at $40.20, and I'm going to give them away at $38.50. Now, the call buyer has to pay me that difference, and he pays me that difference in the covered call premium. And with any covered call premium, there is a little bit of time value included. That time value happens to be 2 days, and when you look at the time value premium, you could see I got paid $2.10, but $1.70 was intrinsic value. I make nothing, and he makes nothing. It's that 40 cents of time value premium that I get paid. And when I do this on 2,000 shares, you can see how I make $800 if they take my shares. And that's exactly what they did. This is a 2-day trade making 1% cash on cash. And the likelihood they take my shares is pretty darn likely because TNA at this point is actually moving higher as the rest of the stock market's moving higher. Recently, it's fallen, but for the most part, it has moved higher. And by the way, this is an older trade. You can see back in March, that's where this was trading. Back in March, it was trading sideways to higher because the Fed was going to cut interest rates 3 times. Now, they may still do that, but that's good for small business. And TNA is the 3X leveraged ETF to the Russell 2000. And those are small cap stocks. So at this point, I thought it was perfect to buy the shares at $40.20. Give them away at $38.50, which basically means they're going to take my shares at $38.50. I collect that 40-cent premium or $800 in 2 days, knocking it down, and we ended up buying some dividend-paying stocks with that. That's how we do it. Look, that is a very quick explanation of the in-the-money covered call. If you want to learn more, join my membership. I have videos explaining all this, and I do this all the time for the members, sending them out trade alerts on trades just like this. Every time I do an in-the-money short window trade, they get a trade alert because I'm going to do it. I do about 5 of these a week, generating about $1K each. I love this because I'm pretty much assured having my shares taken away, and we can move on, collecting that covered call premium profit. Hey, look, this is what the members see anytime I do a trade. They get to see the ins and the outs, and when I roll trades, I open new trades, poor man covered call trades. If you're interested in my membership, go to my website, cptdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard, and get your 1 free month offer. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy, most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.